Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Visible, right? Just a minute, I'm just trying to do in presentation mode. Mhm. This is coming. Okay, fine. So I've just see there are a lot of material on Google and you can search it and you can find it. So the question is how you'll get the opportunity. That's the most important question nowadays because there's so many competition in lined up, and you need to get the right opportunity to enter your dream industry or your dream job, right? So first I'll start with the job opportunities what we have in the VLSI industry, and I'll touch up some sections like what all the areas you can look into it for your career progress. Okay, and then we can look at what all the preparation you need to do to enter it. If let's say you are not very high, the background is not really good and you wanted to enter it, so it might help you. So this is my experience which I'm going to share with you, and then we'll touch some of the basics of physical design. Okay, so let me start then. So just a minute, some issue I'm just facing. Can anybody know how I can remove this the window? Okay. So actually there are some companies, there are many companies for VLSI industry which you can find out. There are startups also and there is a big tech companies also. So we have big tech. I think you might everyone aware of it. We have Intel, Nvidia, Qualcomm, AMD, right? And then Cisco and whatnot. We have so many companies to enter it, but still we are not able to get the entry path. So first, to understand the VLSI industry and to go into the depth, you need to understand what all the companies you have and what really they do and how you can apply. Correct. So that's the first step you need to know. If you wanted to progress in your career, you need to understand the economic situation of of the particular company you wanted to going to apply, whether in the long term I can survive in it or in the short term it will be helpful for me. So this kind of important knowledge you need to have. So for example, let's say uh, Nvidia is famous for GPUs, right? So you wanted to enter in the GPU domain or in the some other sector, let's say analog devices. So they used to have only some ICs or some component and devices. So like that, you need to understand which company you wanted to go and you wanted to start your career. Later on, you can switch. It doesn't have a much issue, but at the initial stage, you need to understand. So there are some other companies also, like say EDA companies, right, which related to particularly, they build a tools for the customers and they have their own IPs as well, but they are really famous for the tool building kind of thing. Correct. So Cadence, I think, I don't know how many of you are aware. It's a very big company, Cadence also. Then you have a Synopsys also, right? So Synopsys also, they have their IPs as well. So the main idea of this present slide is you need to understand which sector, which company, what kind of work you are going to enter it, and what is your area of interest. Okay, so this way you need to enter this way only, otherwise you will struggle a lot. Because what happens, some people they enter in the wrong sector and then they are not able to survive it, because once you enter it you need to survive it, right? It's not the end to join a multinational company or a big tech company. You have to survive after that also, you have to do a lot of effort after that also. So this is a very very important decision you need to take it, which company you wanted to go. It doesn't matter whether it's a big or small, you need to understand what work they are doing. Okay, So that's very important. So you are able to understood, right, what I'm trying to say. Then let me go. Why everyone want, job? First and foremost motivation is salary. How much I am able to get it, and I wanted to earn this much per annum, right? I wanted to proud my parents. I wanted to have a I wanted to, have proud on myself. Okay, I'm going on this big tech company and I'm earning this much per year, right? So this is the biggest motivation to growth in your career path. So I just listed for big techs. There are like startups also. There are other also. They have also some good amount of range of salaries, but these are the big techs which is offering. It's approximate. Don't take exact values. So let's say you are entering in the, some kind of Nvidia or Cisco, right? They are pretty much have good offers for you. For example, zero, if you are starting as a fresher, till 3 year you will reach till at least 30 LPA, because that's I'm counting CTC also. Okay, so and then 4 to 7 year it will go up 45 LPA. It's a big amount, right? And then 8 to 12, and then if you go more experienced, you'll grow much more. Then it will go somewhere once year also. It's not a joke nowadays. It's really people are earning so much. And after 16 it's no limit. Based on your knowledge and skill, you'll you'll get as much as you want, because there will be many people who wanted to hire you after your good amount of experience. Okay, so for first and foremost motivation is your salary. Of course we want good good offerings from the companies, right? So now you don't look at only the salary part of it. You need to understand how much, depth you are going to get from that your job, how much understanding, how much experience is your valuable. Because people have 4 to 7 year and 8 year experience, but they don't know anything. There are also people, though those doesn't have a much strong concept, so they'll fall after some time. So to grow in the long term, you need to understand what domain is your strength and how you can build it. You need to find out your own way. Okay, so if you have starting, you are joining with a startup, you get the opportunity, join it. Because if you wait for big tech, that's no way. You will lose your time, you will lose your learning phase. Okay, so if you're getting a startup also, I would say just grab it. Because after 1 or 2 year you are able to in that position that you can join the big techs. So that way also people are there in the companies who took the path and they have now reached quite well. Because if you are starting with a startup, you'll get more things to learn. Okay, so that's what I felt, because I have joined as a fresher. And what people now joined after 2 3 year, right, they have more expertise, they have more knowledge. Okay, so so I think you don't need to hesitate to join the startups also. But if you're getting big tech, win-win, you are got, it's very good. So that also is a good uh, scenario. So any doubt here, any questions you wanted to ask? Say we can have a two-way, okay? Otherwise it will be very boring session. So you can ask anything to me. Silent? Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please continue. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. I hope you're not getting bored, okay? Just let me know.
No,
We'll
ma'am.
do
No.
an interactive session.
Hello, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Sure.
Yeah. Hmm.
Ma'am, I
Okay.
have a question, ma'am.
Yeah. Tell me.
Is it good to go for MTech or do any training courses, ma'am?
Okay, I'll come on that. I have prepared one good. Let me cover it, or I think we can cover. Okay, it's okay. So you are saying it is good to go for MTech or not, right? So, what I'll say, see, I have done MTech, so I cannot say ki it is bad. And I've done from NIT. So the problem is you want, it's good, you go for MTech, it's nothing is wrong in that, but you have to select college very carefully. Okay, because there are there are NITs also, there are IITs also, where students are struggling to get the job in the tech companies. Okay, see, for example, I'll tell you my college example. I have done my post graduation from NIT Jalandhar. It's in Punjab, if you're not aware. There are no placement for MTech. Okay, and they were trying to place MTech students in the BTech placement. So they thought ki we'll send the students in there, the for the companies coming for BTech, they sent there. But while luckily I got and I didn't get the placement, I got the internship only. So it's not like MTech. After doing MTech, you'll get the pakka 100% big tech company or a good salary or good thing. But you have, if you wanted to do MTech, it's very good. But you need to select college very, very carefully. Where you are, companies are coming. It just like, for example, in Bangalore itself. Uh, I think it's not in Bangalore. It's in Manipal, I believe. Some MIT colleges there. So, and there are some local colleges also there, and they have a good placement actually. So, uh, like that, you have to select college. You need to understand the college is giving you placement or not. You just check it out in their website, or just have a sync with the who's studying there in that college, like that, or just connect on the LinkedIn, right? It's there nowadays. It's very easy to connect from anyone on the social media. So just connect and get to know, hi sir, hi ma'am, can you let me know what is the situation on this college? So you can select based on that. And there are other ways also, like you can go to do some training, some 6 to 8 month trainings. They are providing the VLSI course training. So that way also you can enter it, but then again, I don't believe they are really good, because uh, they take money also, and at the same time you get only one certification. And I think they do placement also, but I don't know, it's really good. How much you can able to understand there, that's up to you. And how many placement they are doing, that also we can't sure it. But at least in MTech, one important thing is you'll get the degree. And another thing is, if you select college very carefully and you got a good college, then it's a win-win. You'll get the definitely you'll get the placement. So I think maybe I answered you. Mm, mm, any doubt still?
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm Guy. Ma'am, do you think choosing the right specialization will affect our career in MTech or even in BTech?
Gayatri, can you repeat? I'm not able to hear properly.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, Means, do you think like choosing a specialization is very important and that would even affect our career in the core domain?
Okay. So yes, Gayatri, that is also important. But see, for BTech, it's not like you are from electrical branch or you're some other branch, you cannot enter it. But uh, branch is matter a lot, because uh, for, let's say, mechanical engineer, right, you have a very less in the IT sector. If you want it, you can go in the government sector. There are lot of, but that also difficult to crack it, right? So in the IT sector, if you wanted to go, then they'll not take mechanical engineer for a BTech perspective. Why they'll take? They don't have work at all. They choose very less people. They have work, but it's very less compared to the electronics or computer science. So computer engineering. So it's very important to select. You need to understand the next 10 years of the graph, how your branch is going to trend. Because if you see, when I selected electronics and communication, right, that time we used to have 100 students in one class, in one batch. Okay, but nowadays they are not students are not taking electronics and communication. They are rather choosing a computer engineering because there is a scope for that only, computer and engineering and IT sectors. So it's really important to understand the branch and where you wanted to grow, but at the same time you don't have that much knowledge, I believe, that time to select the branch, right? So take advice, contact people, contact who have done good in their career path, right? Then only you can understand which branch you need to choose it. And in the case of MTech, I think by that time you are mature enough, what you wanted to do with your career. So you can choose accordingly. Let's say you wanted to choose microelectronics in the MTech, then go ahead, because there are many places you can use that branch and get the good salary and placement. So, but you need to understand market trend, because what we did now, for my days, what I did, I haven't any knowledge about this sector or anything. I've joined as a fresher because my plan not to join IT sector, but this somehow happened. But this will not be case for everyone, right? So you need to choose very carefully your branch, and you need to understand the next 10-year graph of your branch, your career. And for that, because you're not able to make it, how you can analyze it, you need to go back, you need to talk to your, maybe who has done good enough in that sector, maybe through cousins, through your friends, through your uh, LinkedIn, social media platform sectors, like that. You need to search it out. Maybe your teachers can help you, right? So that way you need to qualify, you need to quantify which branch, which sector you wanted to go, and what is your area of interest, because that is most important. If your interest is not there, you, whether you choose good branch, whether you choose a good company, whether you have a very high salary, you're not able to survive at all. So that's what I feel. um, uh, is it I answered to you, Gayatri? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am. It is clear for me about what specialization we need to choose. Right.
Yeah. So I think there are many in the MTech. See, for BTech, I'll straightforward say choose computers like engineering if you are not chosen yet. So because they are in coming days, this word is going to be changed. You have machine learning, artificial intelligence, everything is going to be automation. So they need computer engineers and the VLSI engineers. So uh, if I'll say first computer engineering, second electronics engineering. These two I'll suggest. And for MTech, MTech, I think it is good. If you select, electronics or computer, you'll get the MTech also in that domain only, na? Like microelectronics and VLSI domain. So that these two also are very good branches. You'll get much opportunities there. And since we are talking about VLSI, so obviously we have so much scope in the VLSI. So you can choose that. So anyone have any other question, or shall I
Ma'am,
move? Yeah.
I am
Tell me.
Ukraine. I am studying second year EC.
Okay.
I am at my fourth semester, end of my fourth semester. I
Mm-hmm.
am interested in physical design.
Okay.
I am planning to do MS in flagship colleges like
Mm-hmm.
UCB.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, so right now I have 2 years left, ma'am. Third year
Mm-hmm.
and fourth year.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, what are the projects or what are the roadmaps? Can you tell your roadmap to get placed in those colleges, ma'am? Some
Okay.
good
So
projects or something like that.
right now you are on
Yeah, I am at
your third year or fourth year?
second year.
Second year.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
going one month. I am going into third year.
Okay. Okay. So third year, and yeah, you have enough time. You can start preparing. So you wanted to do MS, right? And you have interest in the physical domain, physical design, correct? So I would say you do one,
Yes.
you select some courses, start preparing it, like what is basic idea. See, as a fresher, they'll not expect you many things. They just wanted to know you have a basic knowledge of your subjects. So whatever subjects you are doing in your BTech, just have a very depth knowledge of it. And you wanted to go VLSI design, right? So then focus on CMOS part of it. You might have a subject where CMOS, MOSFET, and this kind of thing will be there now. So you are very clear now. You wanted to do physical design, then go in that section, just get the depth, how the fabrication happen, how my MOSFET looks like, how my CMOS looks like, the physical understanding of the CMOS. Okay, like P and N well, how it is looks like, how I can draw it. And you wanted to gain more expertise, then you take some 6 month or 7 month courses where you get certification also, right? That will help you out to get the uh, um, you know from the basic students you'll get the expert little bit from there, right? So you do some courses, which is good. I think there are many courses on the Google. If you search it, there are a lot of courses. If you want, I can send you. uh, and I think that will be enough to get yeah, just connect with the on the LinkedIn also. Just connect on the people who help you actually, who are like not only some 4 5 year experience person. Just connect with them who are really good in their expertise, like somewhere 10 plus year, or somewhere talent like hiring persons. They can help you out to place it. So I believe this LinkedIn is become so powerful nowadays. You people are get referrals, and they get the place. So there are many ways you can get it, but before that you need to be prepared from your end. So get some 6 to 7 month courses and then apply. Don't wait. Somebody will refer it and then you'll get the job. Just try from your side. Just get basic. And right now you're second year, you're completing your second year, right? So now you have 2 year, you have enough time. You can start preparing it. You do internship on your summer vacations or winter vacation, whatever is happening, and get the certification and get the knowledge also. It's not only about the certificate, you have to get proper knowledge of it. So I'm not saying ki you go and blast it. Just have a basic knowledge. They'll ask basic only because they know they'll teach you. Once you join, right? They'll teach you. They'll ramp up you. What are the tools and what all the thing they want. At least big tech do this way. Startups, I think you need to invest your time there. But from the big tech side, they just want basic understanding. And if you have referral, it's very good. You'll get the direct call for the interview. So just build your connection also meantime. Don't just go in the study mode. Just build some connections also, whatever way you want. I'm not saying it's only for LinkedIn. Just whatever way you want, you just build it. You have a so good amount of referrals. That also are good nowadays, because the ref why referral is important now. You'll get direct call. Otherwise, see, referral will filter out you from 200 to first position. If if that particular job 200 students is applied, referral will give you the first place on that. So that's why I'm saying, build your network, connect with the people, understand how their working experience, they can help you or not. And don't expect also, because these people are very busy. They might not check also. So connect with some other person. Hi, can you help me? I have done this thing and I am good at, like that. You can send them and somebody will refer. At least from 100, at least 1% will refer you. Now that is the chance, right? 0.1 probability always there. 1% probability, correct? And project physical design, I don't have one topic at such mind. Maybe you can just Google it, or we can connect offline, or I can suggest you, but I need to really search it out for the particular topic, so that I'm not able to collect in my mind. So yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
welcome. Anyone else has a questions? See, I'll this presentation I can finish it in 10 minutes, but it just I wanted to connect with you guys so that you can help. I can help you at least whatever way I have my experience. I'm not saying I am fully expert, but still, if somewhere I can help you, I will be very happy. So if you have any question, you can tell me. Otherwise, I'll go and we can continue the presentation.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah, Santosh. Tell me.
Yes, ma'am. Like, ma'am, how the MS will be useful for us? Like, do we need to go for MTech or MS? What will be the scenario if we go for MS in VLSI, in particular VLSI industry?
So MS, you wanted to do in which domain?
VLSI, ma'am.
VLSI only, na? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't see there's a difference. MTech, they prefer MTech folks also and MS folks also. If you search in one of the job description, they'll say any bachelor degree, it's relevant to electronics or computer or something like that, right? And they put MTech oblique MS also, na? So I don't think there is a lot of difference will be there. uh, but it depends on the opportunity where you wanted to apply. Okay, so I am much aware about MTech because I didn't have knowledge that time for MS. Okay, I can do MS or do some extra thing and blah blah because I was new about MTech that time. I haven't heard about MS before 4 5 years. It's not 5 years, 6 7 years. So I don't think so. Until unless you have a good knowledge, you're good at your basics, then it doesn't matter. You're MTech or MS. It's just right time, right opportunity.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Okay, you guys can share other way also if you're not agree with my any of the comments, you can pass on it, ma'am. No, I think we think this way. Okay, this much also we need to talk. We should talk, right? Mm, okay. So okay. So you guys all are wanted to join VLSI industry, right? Or any other plans? VLSI only, na? Okay. So what is VLSI and why you wanted to join VLSI? Anyone? So VLSI comes in our mind. So what exactly reflecting you?
Microprocessor.
Okay. And
We have to, actually, if we want to play with the circuits like a transistor, like
mm-hmm,
it's a basic fundamental of an electronics. If you compare
mm-hmm,
IoT other specializations, it's mix up of all. If you take IoT, it's like cloud and IoT. Electronics
mm-hmm,
also there. In that electronics,
mm-hmm,
if you want IC, the ultimate hero
mm-hmm.
is IC in electronics.
Correct. Yeah,
So
that's
what
correct.
VLSI, I'll become a hero if I'll be specialized in that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. And what do you think where your career will go if you join the VLSI? Like what is your aim? What is your what say uh what you wanted to achieve if you enter in the VLSI? Some goal, anything. Okay. Like you can say anything. Okay, ma'am, I wanted to earn this much, that's why I wanted to join. Or ma'am, I am very interested, or like that. What is your
Not
thought?
like that, not about just earning, ma'am. It's like if
Hmm.
someone designer asks me, okay, now come and design 555 timer, I should able
Mm-hmm.
to build that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.
Okay. Okay. But how long you will do that? See, next time they'll ask something else, right? Okay, I understood. You are very curious about VLSI. So, see, that's what you said. VLSI is all about chip. If you see, roam. If you look at around of yourself, uh, everything is in the chip. You have laptop. It's inside the laptop processor. Main is chip. Mobile processor chip, anything, your headphone, inside that there is a small chip, right? So everything, the world is rotating around the chip. So that's why VLSI is becoming so much important, and coming 10 plus year it will be important. People are saying, okay, no automation is coming up, no this is coming up. No, VLSI will be there always, because IC, the main core is IC. So when you say VLSI, people say, okay, there's a front end and there's a back end. No, there are a lot of areas. So I'll show you. I think this one I posted on LinkedIn also. So there are 3 domains. Now you have to choose very carefully which one you wanted to go. So you have a digital, you have an analog, and you have a mixed signal. Okay. So digital design, if you are very curious about logic gates, flip-flops, CMOS and MOS, right? You can go in that digital domain. Okay. And analog design is where you are wanted to play with current, voltage, right? And like power, electromagnetic interference. So I don't know you guys heard or not. Transmission line. uh, That will come in digital domain also for some of the section, not really, but it will mostly come on analog design. So if you are curious on that part of it, then you choose analog design. Okay. Mixed signal is kind of IC and all. If you wanted to do it, you can go ahead. That's an optional part of it, because there's not many subdomains. So but the main thing is digital design. So if you see digital design, we have 2 areas, front end, back end. Okay. So now let's say you wanted to build a IC. Okay. So first of all, what you want requirement, is there a demand or not? Correct. So in the let's say you'll say some customer is coming, or somebody is coming, or some company is coming. Okay, they're saying, I want this IC, this is what my requirement. Okay, I want that much speed, I want that much of current, I want that much of power dissipation in that particular IC, and I want that this much of bandwidth, some requirement. Okay, so that section of requirement, what comes under architecture. So architecture, so there are subdivisions where you can apply for it. So why I'm showing this, you get to understand there are very spectrum of areas where you can apply it based on your interest. Okay, so it's not front end or back end, it's not only RTL Verilog and system Verilog. There are other domains also. If you wanted to apply it, you can apply it based on your interest. So where I was, architecture. Yeah, so you got the requirement. Okay, so architecture is the place where 12 plus year people used to sit. They have enough knowledge, they have done enough in their career, and they have vast experience. So their architecture comes into it. So as a fresher, we can't apply. No, this is not our area. Okay, so just ignore it. Now, RTL designer. So once you have the requirement, you have the architectural level understanding. Now you wanted to build a IC. So for that, you need the some behavior of that IC, like what behavior you want for your IC. Let's say you have a gate, AND gate. Okay. So for AND gate, you know the truth table, right? So that is nothing but a behavior of your gate. So you want that to be in the language form so that my machine can understand, right? So the language, basically that's the language you wanted to decode it, or you wanted to write the code. So that RTL designer do that for the IC. So this is the very beginning stage of the IC. Okay. So this area is our interest. There we can apply, because they accept freshers also, because they teach them, they train them, so that they will be expert whenever any requirements comes. You can create your own design and you can build it, right? So this is our area where we can apply it, RTL designer. So it's very good area where you can get learn it, and there's a lot of vacancies also there. Okay, and now let's go to the next part. You have designed the code, but you need to verify, because you don't know whether it's correct or not. You think it is correct, but maybe some other scenario it will not work. Okay, so you need a verification. Correct. So to verify, and there's a lot of codes there. It's for to build an IC or a processor, you have to do multiple of section of it, and you have to do multiple codings, like So many codes are involved in there. So, and for each code, you have a verification engineer. So here, this area also our area, our interest of area, because they accept the freshers. Okay. And if you search on Google, trust me, 90%, 80 to 90% jobs are on verification engineer. They want, like, there's a huge demand of verification engineer, and companies are just hiring it. I can't say it, almost 80% or 90%. So just search on Google jobs in the verification engineer. You'll get so many jobs. So this is a very good area where you can apply it, and you can think of it, and you can start preparing of it. Okay. Then next section is comes like anyone know ASIC versus FPGA? Did you have heard? What is ASIC? What is FPGA? The processor is ASIC or FPGA?
Basic.
So ASIC is application specific, right? So your processor, you want it to, behave in a certain way. So it's coming under application specific integrated chip. Okay. So there are this architecture, RTL, designer verification. This is all there in ASICs also, FPGA also. ASICs, what is ASICs like? It's very specific. It's very application specific. You cannot change frequently. Processor you're building for a certain reason, it will go for some Intel processor will work on some many years, right? So sorry, anyone is speaking? Okay. So FPGA is like a small programmable some circuit or some chip. So there are FPGA engineers also which they do. This is usually like when you wanted to frequently program it, and you wanted to change your application, you can choose FPGA. So there's this area also. Under FPGA also there is a RTL designer and verification engineers also, but they deal only FPGA. They are not a ASIC specific. So ASIC is different, FPGA is different. So you have a this area also where you can apply. So I would say RTL designer verification and the FPGA area is a good one where you can start as a fresher. Okay. Then now comes onto the backend part. So you have a IC, you have designed IC, you have RTL coding, you did verification. Okay, my code is correct, my design is correct. Now I have to go to the manufacturing side. I need to manufacture it, right? So for that, before that, there's a lot of process involved. So the code now you have sent to the PCB layout engineer. Now he's going to route the circuitry layout, routing is going to start. So for that, you need to do synthesis where your layout is correct or not. You need to analyze the timing parameters. Okay, you need to do physically, you need to verify, basically physical design, what we call it. Okay. So, and there are under physical design, there is a lot of areas because it go to a lot of steps. So let's say you're transferring the data, and then you have a clock, but your data is reaching and clock is bit delay, your clock and data is not matching. Okay. So there is a timing requirement for any circuit because you wanted to achieve a speed, right? Speed means less time means there is a timing requirement. So basically, so that's why you need a SD engineers, physical verification engineer, okay, DFT, design for testing engineers. So like that, you have a these field also, and these are also very good field because you will see the lot of uh, you know uh, vacancies on the social platforms. And after that, there's a one more thing which everyone forgets, post silicon validation. So you got the IC, your IC is ready, but you need single IC cannot do anything until unless it will work with your interfaces like USB. Okay, let's say this camera, right? You are enabling your camera, but it has to sync with your IC, na, with your processor. If it will not sync, your processor is useless. Okay, so we need to do the silicon validation also, that is called post silicon validation, where we used to test all the interfaces, whether my camera is working or not with the processor, why my USB is working or not, my keypad is working or not. Okay, there's a many interfaces. So this also a good option. This also you can apply. And there are a lot of companies like STM Electronics, STM Microelectronics, and I think there are many companies. Keysights are there. They build their own text stars there, but they build component level, but they do validation also. So, and of course we have all big tech companies, so they also do like AMD, Intel, like that. There are also companies who do. So this is also a good area. So I'll say whole design, digital design is a very good area, except architecture, because you cannot enter it. They need a good amount of experience. They'll not accept freshers. Okay. Now go to the analog design. So analog design, we have, frankly say, we have a less opportunity, but and also at the same time they need a good expertise people, because uh, the people who are very good in the technical. So technical in the sense they accept freshers also, but you should have a very good knowledge on transmission line. Your basics should be clear. Transmission line, analog devices, electronics should be very good. Electronics means transistors, transistor working. Okay, that will help you in the physical designing section also. But here they expect very good amount of knowledge, like you how you will think about the power, current. If your power consumption is high, how you will deal with it. So this kind of things will come under analog design. Okay, and there is another section which is mixed signal design. So that is like, okay, I would say let's not choose it, because uh, I mean there is a area, one good area is signal integrity, which if you search on the job, you will found SIPI, they call SI, signal integrity. So this is also a good area. Apart from that, I'll say don't choose any other domain. So there are few domain, but yeah, I'll say my favorite one is the RTL and verification, because there are a lot of job. There's just so much demand. They are not able to fulfill it. That's why they are hiring so many people. So I do post silicon validation, but yeah, that is by luck. That is not my option. But this also really good post silicon validation. You will get the learning also. It's very good learning from that, and it will give you complete exposure of silicon, how the silicon is working, how they are connecting with the different IPs inside the silicon. Because by the way, silicon, we call it's a SoC, right? So system on chip. So inside the SoC you have a multiple IPs. Okay, so it will give you very much understanding of the silicon mainly. Hello, anyone speaking? Okay, so any questions on this slide? How to choose, how to select the domain, like that, in the VLSI industry? Okay, now I think I'm pretty much explained you what is the okay. Do you guys know front end design flow or back end design flow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So actually, it's pretty simple. See, you think about it. You wanted to build a IC. For IC, you need a requirement. Requirement is architecture. Then you need a behavior, like how my design should behavior. Okay. Yeah, I'm explaining in though. So for that, you need a just think about simple gate if you are not able to understand. And gate, what is the requirement? You wanted to build AND gate. That is your architecture requirement. For AND gate build, what you need transistors. Okay. Inside that you have a transistor, right? So, and how much, what is the behavior of your gate? That will come under functional and behavior design. So when it is zero, it will remove all the inputs irrespective of the input. When it is both the inputs are one, it will give one high. Okay. So that is your behavior description. So that will come under functional and behavior design. Then now your AND gate, you need to code. You need to write a code, correct? So that will be under RTL design. Next is the coding. Then after coding, you need to verify. So that is your functional verification and testing. Then after that, you need to synthesize whether your logic which you have given is correct or not. Meaning you're giving a input A or B, whether I am getting a correct output or not. That is logic synthesis. Then after this synthesis means your design is completely verified. Then you can go to gate level netlist and create the netlist. Netlist is component of the whatever components it present in your design. So meaning for gate you need a transistor, so that is your component. And wires, so you want from A to B or from C to D or something circuitry you are designing, there is a wire also now which will connect from one input to another input. So the wire information, the component information, how many resistors, capacitors, passive devices, ICs are there in your design, that comes under gate level netlist. And then after that, once your netlist extraction is done, you do logical verification. So logical verification also, like now your you made a one complete circuit, meanings one IC and then you have another IC, then combined both ICs, how the both ICs are in the sync, are the communication is happening logically, meaning what I wanted to achieve, is that happening or not? That is logical verification. If anything goes wrong in the logical verification, then you need to go back. Okay, you need to go back and you need to correct your RTL design. And then again, it will go formal verification, logical synthesis, gate level netlist, and logical. So this cycle will repeat here. If you, until unless your code is correct, you're verified. So this is your front end design flow. So how this till this section, till this from the architecture to the logical verification is your front end flow. Okay. Now let me move on to back end flow. Let me put this side. This one. So front end and back end is all connected. Okay. Now you have verified your design. Your code is ready. Now you have to build a PCB. PCB, I think you guys know or no? Printed circuit board, where we place the components and give the manufacturing. Okay, I'll show you how it is. Mm, yeah, see this way. So printed circuit board is looks like this. You have a multiple of component and where you place all the IC. This is a small circuit where there for silicon. Inside the silicon you have a core and many kind of components. Cores were there, execution units were there. Simple, you can relate with 8085. There will be execution units, right? ALUs, this kind of thing will be there. So this is your layout. We call it layout, or the board is printed circuit board. Okay. So hmm. So what we do when we start the physical design, now we have to design it. Okay, so start with the we first do partition. You have a board. I'll just go and okay. So what you do, you divide. Let's say this is your board. You divide in sections wise. Okay, one IC is here, one IC is here, one IC is here, like that. First, we have to do partition. So think about the way you have a house, you wanted to build your house. So what you do, you acquire first the land and then you partition of it. Like there will be a bathroom, there will be a bedroom, there will be a kitchen, correct? So that way we need to do the partitioning. Okay. Then second thing is, after partitioning, you need to do chip planning. Chip planning means where you wanted to keep your particular chip, because SoC is a combination of ICs. Okay, it's not a one IC or one chip. It's a combination of ICs. That's why we call system on chip. System is combination of IC. Okay, so Then we go chip planning, then we'll go for placement. Okay. Once you place the components or ICs, everything, then you check the clock tree synthesis you do, because you need to arrive your clock on correct timing. If you compromise with clock, your circuit will not work. Correct. So that is most important part of the physical design. Then you start, once you fix the connections or placement, you do signal routing. Then you have to do all the signal, you need to route over the port. Route means you need to connect from one input to other input. Okay. Then you have to do timing closer. Why timing closer? Because your clock and your other signals also should be reach on the time. Okay, because everything is matter is speed. We are moving towards the speed. We need high speed. We need very high speed for one processor to another processor. They're looking for a speed, area, and power. Three most important points in the processor sector. They want less area, they want less power consumption, and what I said, the other one, speed. They want high speed. Okay. So once this is done, this will come under your physical design. Okay. So once this all section are completed, you have done your routing. Now what you'll do, whatever you have done on printed circuit board, that should be verified whether the spacing rules, there are some rules actually. So that rules should be verified, should have a, no violations, then only you can proceed. Otherwise, whatever you have done till now, whatever the effort you have done till now, it will all fail. This also a very much important part of your IC creation. Okay. So once this is done, physical layout verification done, you have given sign up. Okay, go ahead, and no issues, you can go for fabrication. Fabrication means where they companies used to build the IC. So how many fabrication companies we have? Do you know who all fab the IC or the processor? Anyone? They are very less. There are almost three. I think three companies only all over the world.
TSMC.
Hmm. TSMC, correct. Intel. Intel also have their own fab section, and Samsung. So there are three companies only. If you look at Google or Apple, right, they used to give contract to TSMC. They don't have their own fab house. They are fabless companies, what people call them. That's a fabless. But Intel has their own fab. So, yeah, so that's what fabrication happen. And then it will go on packaging and testing. So once you done your chip, silicon on chip, it need to be packaged. Why package? Because this package is not that you have wrapped up or you have put it in one of the polythene. It's not that package. So why we do package actually, if you see the silicon, right, the processor, both the side, the balls means footprint. Okay. So both the sides balls are not compatible. You cannot keep that silicon directly on one of the HP laptop and one of the Lenovo laptop. So they need to package such a way that it can fit in any of the customer laptops. I'm talking about laptop right now. There's other segment also like server, desktop, mobile segment, but this is the basic idea. So that's why they do packaging. So once packaging is done, that also we need to test it out, because if your packaging is wrong, you will see the functional failure of your IC. So that also very much important. And then you have your chip. Okay. After chip, once you got the chip, then post silicon comes into the picture, where you have to test all the interfaces whichever they are in your laptop. Just think about, just look at your laptop if you have, and just check what all the interface you have. You will have a memory inside it, right? You have a hard disk, the solid state disk inside it, and you have a USB, you have a camera, you have a charger point. Okay. Then you have a keyboard, you have a mouse. Okay. And then inside that also there's a many which we are not able to see it. So these all need to be tested out with the silicon. It should work with the silicon. Now, otherwise, in the laptop, if your one of the interface is not working, you will say USB not working. Then what is the logic to use of the laptop if my USB port is not working? I cannot use laptop. I cannot connect anything, right? So this phase also very important for the silicon industry, because when they test it out and then they release in the market, it should not come from any customer. See, with your processor, my this interface is not working. I don't trust your processor. So that's why they lose the customer also, no? So that's why this phase also very important. There's a lot of effort is going on in this particular section, mainly post silicon validation. There are effort on other sections as well. I'm not saying they're not, but post silicon validation also have so much effort. Multiple teams are working on this post silicon validation. So yeah, so this is also very much important. And then you do system integration. System integration where the one of the good example is your laptop. It's a system integration where ultimately you need processor in laptop, phone, and desktop, right? So this is the system integration. So this is how your VLSI flow from front end to back end. So any question till now? I think I went more technical. I don't know you guys how much able to understand, but I try to make it simple so that you can correlate. Any questions?
Ma'am, I'm having one question.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from in academics, just until like I have seen with my own eyes, like I have designed is max a full ladder. Max a
Mm-hmm.
full ladder. Can you share your experience, like what design, if it's like, if you can say that, can you share your
Mm-hmm.
experience, like what are the application that you have worked on? Because max in being a BTech third year guy, a VLSI specialization, maximum I have
Mm-hmm.
done a full ladder
Mm-hmm.
using
Okay. So
like
you
a current thing. But we industry is
uh-huh.
not like thousands, millions will be there. Can you share that
Correct.
experience?
Correct. So actually, in the industry, in the processor section, see, it's not. I'm thinking like BTech subjects is not relevant here. They are very much relevant. I know you're going till header and all. They'll not use it. They'll use some another kind of headers like whose are more frequently, helpful for the design. But all of things are based on transistors only. Everything start from transistor, correct? So when they call this 7 nanometer, 10 nanometer, right? This all are they're talking about number of transistor per density. So if you say like how much you can go ahead in that beyond half adder or full adder, uh, there's a lot of logics involved. See, you need one counter, like you need one counting. How should I say? Let me give you one example. Your system, once you press the start, the shut down or power on, in that process there's so much logic involved in it, because back end it is counting some time, right? So for that timing count you need counter, correct? So so that, but you need to understand the logic behind it, at which timing, which point you need to build that counter. There are many basic logic involved in it. Gates are involved in it. I've done some pre-silicon verification also, uh, where I used to see the logics, like uh, gate level logics they have put it, where from one input to another input. But that will be not very easy like a full ladder and half ladder, because there's a one multiple of chips interconnected. So your one input will be output from some other logic. So the flow which going to happen, right, that we need to understand. There RTL is all about this only. You need to get. That's why they ask you, right? If you go to interview, they'll ask what is gates, how they are built it. For example, for like in my interview, they asked me how you can create 4:1 mux using 2:1 mux. I mean, it's very easy. I haven't expected they'll ask this question to me. So they asked me and they asked me to draw in the board, in some whiteboard. So because the why they ask, if you know this much knowledge, you can build any other logic also based on this basic knowledge, right? So there are many logics. Maybe I'll not explain in much detail here, but there are logics which involve more than half adder and full adder. But once you get inside, now then only you get to know. Right now, sitting outside, it's difficult to understand whether they go beyond that logic or not. I was thinking, see, for my section, actually, most of the section coming for transmission line. So I was doing some layout review and something I was doing. I was thinking where this transmission line is coming up. I don't know. I can't relate it, but but transmission line which we used to read, it's on very small segment. Okay, this is the characteristic impedance, this is the load line, this is the that line, and if you wanted to match it, you need to have ZL equals to Z not like that. But here it's not that case. The system is very big, though the silicon looks very tiny and very small, but inside if you go, this is so many things there. Are you I am thinking, in your whole life you spend, you're not able to understand. That's why people select one domain, like like front end, back end. If you are in the back end, front end you might not able to understand fully. So uh, once you get inside, you'll able to understand how they are handling, uh, because they use small circuits also, like what you're saying, right? Half adder and full adder things they also use. It's not they'll not use, and uh, all the basic digital electronics they'll use to build their complex circuitry. So once you inside there, you can correlate, but right now maybe I can't share the design and all, so that's why I'm restricted. Okay. Need any other question? I hope I cleared your doubt. Or if it is
Yeah,
not clear, we
got it.
can talk.
Ma'am,
Yeah,
excuse me, ma'am.
yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, is there any mandatory languages for the freshers to be entered in visual design, ma'am? That
Yeah,
means
so you,
particular languages are eligible.
hmm. Okay, so basically in RTL design side, right, they expect Verilog. You should know the Verilog. And the verification part, right? What I said, verification engineers, there they start with system Verilog. Okay, so at a fresher level, I say but you need to choose. So Verilog, if you're able to understand, then system Verilog you will easily understand because it's just some advanced form of your basic language. So even you search on job description, if you search, they'll write Verilog oblique system Verilog like that. So I'd suggest you have at least one language, a good knowledge on the one language. But VLSI industry all about, I think, mostly Verilog. And if you have a Python also, that also very good. Python also you can learn. Okay. So maybe I'll not go for much further because I think I've covered pretty much well. If you want, I can just show you. I think I already explained this to you how the sectors are there. So design engineer, verification engineer, right? So once you enter it, you will call like front end designer, okay, back end designer, AMS analog mixed signal designer, design for testing engineer. Like that, there's a designation. So uh, validation engineer, there are front end verification engineer, like that is called out. So you can search with designations also if you wanted to check it out. Other part, I think I already explained, like internship, uh, three ways to enter it in the VLSI domain. First is internship. If you are able to get it, it's very good. Uh, just get referral from someone. Okay, because that way it's pretty easier. That's why I'm telling get referral, get referral. But if you're not getting, then also you'll get it, but it's bit difficult to get the job. uh, then second option is MTech from good college. You have to be careful in the college selection. Then you get it. And third one is the training which this private institute used to provide, right? There are government also, like this CDEC is the government company, semi-government. But see, I haven't went around this training, so I'm not pretty much sure. But I saw people are, you know, getting the jobs from these trainings also. This is also good, but then again, you have to spend, right? You have to spend the money. So if you wanted to spend, then better to spend in MTech itself. Correct. So there are three ways. Whichever ways you are okay, you can join it and you can get some insight. Okay, I think this physical design, I explained most of the part. So see this way how we used to plan it, right? Partitioning you're doing, then you're placing the blocks, right? See in this diagram, what they've done, they've placed the, they named A block, B block, C, D, E. Okay, then you have given supply, power you need a ground. Okay, so this way we need to do placement, and then you see the routing, you need to connect from one input to another input, right? So this way they do routing. So this is called all thing are physical design. Then this is I think bit high level part of it. So static timing analysis, I told you, right? So there whether your clock is coming or not on proper input or not, that's what coming here. Okay, then this I already showed you. Okay, so layout part of it, this is how it looks like when you draw a transistor, right? So this way your physical designing comes into the picture. So yeah, I think this all I told you. I think we have some 20 minutes, right? uh, let's talk about it. What all questions you have now, you feel free to ask me. I've done with my presentation. We can discuss, and if any doubt you have, maybe if I'm not able to answer you, I can answer you later also. We can connect on LinkedIn. I'm there on LinkedIn. I used to reply also. So if you want, we can, discuss there also. Uh, so tell me.
I'm having one doubt.
Yeah.
Actually, what about the project point of view? In interview point of view, one technical round is completely about project based, right? So which project based, like I know that, yeah, inverter is also creating a best inverter is also good, and creating
Mm-hmm.
a some complex system is also good. In what perspective I have to
Okay.
create prepare a project when I go for interview?
Okay, so see, project, yes, they used to ask about the projects, but not really in the depth. Yeah, but there are some company who's asking also about the projects also. So what you do now, say you wanted to enter in the physical design domain, okay? So what you do, select some project relevant to that, which you can connect with that industry. For example, how do I say? Let's say you wanted to you know uh, something like EPROM. If you wanted to go design a memory, for example SK Hynix, I don't know how many of you heard or not, they used to build a memory. Okay, they used to build as DRAMs. So if you wanted to go in memory design section, then you choose project related to that only. But I know it's, you don't know later on which company you will get it, right? So it just should be in the specific to VLSI. That's it. I don't think project really that much matter. If you guys have gone through that project relevant kind of thing scenario, then maybe I'll search it for you. Which are the topics will be important for the VLSI kind of thing? Because see, my project is it's somewhere a noise filter. I have designed a noise filter, which they haven't asked me about my project. They just told what you have done in the project, just explain that. That's it. I've explained that, and after that, they didn't ask any question. They started with technical round. So they just check the project which you have done, you have a good understanding or not. But this is case of one specific person like me, right? There's other folks also which may have went through a proper discussion of projects. So then you select any project which is relevant to your area of interest. Because why I'm saying area of interest, so that you can explain them very well. Okay, this is the project, this is the creation I have done, and this is what my understanding. So on that explanation what you'll give now, they'll tell you, they'll understand, okay, this guy is good in that, like whatever he designed, he has an in-depth knowledge of that, his project or her project, right? So you choose project in your area of interest, but have a good knowledge before you going to the interview. Okay, but the topics which you're telling, that I need to search it out because it's long back, it's now 4 years, so I can't remember the topics. Maybe I'll search it and post on the LinkedIn, maybe you guys can check it out. Yeah. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, tell
You
me.
told we'll have opportunities in different fields. Like
Mm-hmm.
as a fresher, if I work as an RTL design engineer initially, and then
Mm-hmm.
after 3 or 4 years, I want to switch my domain.
Mm-hmm.
When I apply for the role of physical design engineer or something, will
Mm-hmm.
my previous experience count on par with other engineers who have worked in the physical design domain itself
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay,
or
okay.
not?
This is very relevant to me because I am planning to change my domain. So let me tell you my experience. Uh, Actually, in my company, we used to assign a mentor. Okay, so they used to have 15, 20 plus year experience. So I've asked that person, I have done 4 year of my work on post silicon validation, and now I'm changing my domain. Okay, so my 4 year will go waste. So will they accept me as a fresher, or will they count me as a experienced person? So what he told me is that, see, if you wanted to change it, just go and change it, because there's a no way where people used to keep their, okay, I have a 4 year experience and now I am changing and my experience will go zero, and what will happen with that experience then? So that way people used to restrict in their own area and they will be for lifetime, they'll go there only. But this is not the case. What actually, after the 4 or 5 year, your level of thinking will change. Okay, like since you joined as a fresher, and since you are at 4 year of experience, the thinking level of as a fresher and as a 4 plus year experience is completely different. Okay, so now if you go and join from any other domain, and they will ramp up you. Ramp up means they'll teach you first, okay, and then okay, you are ready to do it. But that ramp up period, right, you can able to handle within very less time. uh, Even in the fresher also they'll ramp up you. Okay, they teach the tools, the work you guys used to do, but the team used to do, that time also you ramp up. But that ramp up time is very large. It will take at least 2 year 3 year to ramp up it. You need to understand the process. It will take 2 3 years. But after 4 plus year, the ramp up is very easy. Okay, uh, it will take very less time. And whenever whichever domain you go na, there are some learning which will connect you in other domain also, because silicon process is all interconnected. You can't it's not like a switch on off, right? So it's all interconnected. But particular to your question, they'll count almost like a fresher only. But your chances of ramping up and the way you perform, it's high. You will perform good only, and quickly you'll get the higher position. So they'll, it's not like you have struggled from fresher to 4 year to do a one domain to get a senior expertise, and after 4 year again you are joining as a fresher, then again it will take 4 or 8 years to complete it. No, this is not the case. Even after 4 year, within 2 year itself, you will become a lead or manage, or not manager, but lead at least you can become for the particular project based on your performance. So these are the cases is there in my team itself. That's why I'm telling. It's not like I'm just doing some assumption. It's just I've seen it, people around me. So uh, it doesn't matter. You can change the domain if you want. If you really wanted to learn something and gain something and progress in your career, then it's good. If that new domain is working for you, then it's win-win, right?
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So any questions? Any further questions? Okay, we have 67 people. Why you guys are silent? See, to survive in the industry, you need to speak. Nobody will ask you why you are silent. See, if whatever things are going on in your mind, speak up. That's what I have learned. I was very shy initially. I was not able to talk to anyone. Okay. And then later on, these things are realized. No, you have to talk. You have to tell. You need to convey your thoughts to someone else, like your manager or your teammate. So you need to build this thing in your personal persona. Okay. So ask anything. Just use this session. If I can help you, I will be very happy because I have struggled from my time. Okay, I'll tell you my experience. See, I have done my BTech on a local college which is like somewhere in Uttarakhand. I don't know how many of you from Uttarakhand. So I after BTech I don't have any placement. It's null, no placement, no job, nothing. But I was in north side. South side, still we have a good amount of opportunity. But in the north side, all go to preparation, UPSC, IAS, and this all kind of thing, right? So GATE, they used to give GATE also for NITs and ITs. So I also started, I done some preparation in Delhi. Okay. And then I placed in the NIT. So from there, my journey, I had never planned to join IT sector. I was like, I'll do some teaching, I'll get some 40,000, I'll just done. I don't want to do job IT. I don't want to go IT sector. I don't know any language. How can I survive? Right? This kind of things was there in my mind. But see, somehow I got, I don't know, it just somewhere God grace or somewhere luck or some effort. I'm here. But still the learning phase is on. It's not once you enter and once you start your job also, you don't think things will end there. Things will actually really start from there only because you have a competition. Then you are in the phase of learning. You are in the phase of uh, I need to perform well, right? I need to impress my manager. I need to complete this task in this particular time. So actual struggle will start from there. So I'm still in learning phase. It's 4 year, nothing. 4 year is nothing. When you say 4+ year, it's nothing for them. So yeah. So that's why I'm saying speak, speak, speak. Ask, ask, ask.
Ma'am, I have an interesting question.
Mhm.
Actually, is it being an undergraduate student, is it good choice to taste all the essence of the design, like physical design, RTL, analog, to at least taste every essence of everything, or master, like I'm not saying master, go in depth
Mhm.
of only one domain?
Hmm. Okay. So see, as a VLSI student, you go, but actually the problem is everything is interconnected. So if you select digital electronics only, okay, digital electronics has a transistors. It's built on the basis of transistor only. Then you need transistor basics also, right? So for transistor basics, you need to go electronics device and circuits. So that's why if you wanted to go in one particular subject basics also, it's all interconnected. You can't avoid it. You need to. So I would say two subjects. You get a master of it, electronics, device and circuits, and your digital electronics to survive in VLSI industry or to get a job. So these two subjects is most important. Just get master of these two subjects. Master in the sense it's not like okay, you have done some big circuit, you have created some innovation, you have done it. It's not that expectation. Basic knowledge, basics should be handy on your hand. Okay, if somebody is asking MOSFET, what is MOSFET, what is the working of MOSFET, I can explain is as like as it is. So I'll tell you what happened to me. My interview went in 4 phases. So it was around some 4 to 5 hour interview. Okay. And they have asked me, uh, they've asked me electronic device and circuit, how MOSFET works, how N channel and P channel works. Okay. Then they have asked me operational amplifier. Okay. You guys are aware of the subjects, right? As an electronics engineer, I believe. So then second round, first round is this one. First round is basics, like what project you're doing, how much you know the CB part. That's what they ask. Then second round is full technical, complete technical. They have asked me digital electronics basics, MOSFET, sorry, no, gates, you know, the how you can build a mux to mux. Then uh, transmission line also they asked me the characteristic impedance, how you can calculate. Then they asked me about microprocessor and difference between microprocessor and microcontroller. Okay. Then they asked me signal integrity questions also they asked me. Can you just imagine? I haven't seen sorry, not signal integrity. There's a subject called there's a subject, right, where you have a Laplace transform, Fourier transform. What is the subject that?
It's digital signal processing, I guess, ma'am.
Okay. So signal and system, I think in the BTech, right? DSP comes in the MTech. Yeah. So they asked that question also. I mean, that question, I'm not able to understand why they asked that question, because this is not anywhere I'm seeing in my work. But I don't know, maybe somewhere it is there. So, and then they asked, I mean, I can say it's 4 hour of interview, and they were asking back-to-back questions like, what is IC, what is a transistor, what is the transmission line, what is microprocessor, what is microcontroller, what is the difference between Laplace and Fourier transform, and like that. There's a lot of question, and then final there was the HR round. So in the HR round, they you know check it out how you think. So they've given me some scenario like let's say your manager is not convinced with your work, and he is telling no, you have to do this way only, but you are not satisfied the way he was telling, so what you do. So like that, the scenarios they have given. And literally there are many teams which take only 1 hour of interview and they just hire the people, but my team has took 4 and 5 hour. I was like, it's really going to be but they ask all basics, all subject basics. I was like, what? VTech subjects they were asking that time. So like that.
I have another
So we
question.
should complete all the subjects in BTech, ma'am.
No, no. You can't remember all subjects. See, why I remembered that time, because I was doing some gate preparation also. So I was aware some basics with all the subjects. But for the VLSI sector, right, it's enough for electronic device and the digital circuit. These two subject is good enough. And yeah, of course, if you're going to microprocessor, the processor company, then just have a basic knowledge of microprocessor also. 8085 is enough. No need to go on bigger processors. 8085 is enough. There's a basic building block. Difference between microprocessor and microcontroller, that also enough.
Okay, madam. Thank you.
Hmm. Yeah.
Ma'am, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, a lot of people want MTech graduates. So,
Mm-hmm.
if we compare like 2 years of MTech versus like 3 years of experience in the relevant domain,
Mm-hmm.
how much would you say the difference is between them?
Can you repeat? Sorry, I missed question.
Like,
Can you
we'll
repeat?
invest 2 years of our time in our MTech, right? So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
instead of that, if we can work for 3 years in the relevant domain, what
Mm-hmm.
are our chances versus MTech
Okay.
graduates?
Okay. So there's a two scenarios. Let's say you spend 3 year of your work after BTech. Okay. So there's a, they expect too much from you after 3 year. So if you're going to join a big tech company, they'll ask about your work in the 3 year, what you have done. So it will be a core, uh, they will not think you are a fresher, right? So now you are a experienced person. So they'll talk about as an experienced person. But in the 2 year of a span of your time, when you joined after MTech, that time you will consider as a fresher. So your interview questions will be like a fresher only for MTech. It will be a less difficult. But when you do after 3 year and you go to a big tech company, the questions will be difficult. So there the comparison comes up. The chance to enter after BTech is quite high because they prefer MTech, before BTech. So I mean, if you're good, then your technical knowledge or everything is good, then no problem. You can go by MTech or by 3 year experienced person also. But usually, experienced person have a bit high expectation, and the interview process also bit tough. It'll go compared to MTech.
Okay.
Yeah. And the one thing what I understood, right? There is a one colleague of mine who has a experience, some 3 to 4 year, I believe, experience. I guess 3 year experience. Uh, and I was a person who joined after my MTech, but we both were on same grade, and the salary also almost same. So then it's better to go after MTech, right? So maybe you can choose such a way. I'm not just saying like BTech is good only because I have done it, but not that way. You can take your own decisions, but I think it's bit tough after 2 3 years for a working person. Yeah. So I think if anyone has any question, somebody put it in the chat.
Ma'am, excuse me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Ma'am, how does CGPA plays an important role in interviews, ma'am?
How does?
Our CGPA will be
Okay,
vital role or
CGPA.
not, ma'am?
Yeah, it's very important. CGPA. See, interview. At least you should have above 6 CGPA, 6.5. Okay. Uh, Beyond that, if it is 8 or 8.5, actually, see, what matter is first impression of your CB. Okay. So in the CB, before going to interview, a CV will go to them, right? Your resume will go to them. So there should be some highlight points, correct? So if you are less in CGPA and your other points which can highlight, which can attract them, then it is good. Okay, you have done this course, or this kind of certification you have, or you have this much language, then it is good. CGPA will not matter that much. But if your other activities or the attraction point in the CB is very less, or you have not other section of area which you touch, then CGPA matter a lot, because they'll check it out now what you have done through the BTech, right? So I would say if your CGPA is less, don't feel okay, my CGPA is less and I can't place it, I can get placed it. Just work on your other areas, like you get some get a master of some language which is right now, like Python is in demand, right? And Verilog, system Verilog, these all are in demand. So get expertise of that. it it will help you in the interview process. Okay, this guy know what I want, what the person will say, and you can get placed. So don't think my CGPA is less and I can't get placed. It's not the case. There are people who are CGPA is less, but they also have very much higher situation, higher position nowadays. So it matters in a way, but you need to balance out your CP. If your CGPA is good, but then their expectation also good, right? Because now you are 8.5 or 9 or above CGPA, then you have to, their expectation also will increase. They'll ask much more questions to you, like this is this, this is this. Okay, so, but if your CGPA is less, but I would say just get the master of languages and technical part, then also you'll get placed. Okay. So anything else, guys? I think we are on time, Gayatri.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know, guys, if you want me to connect, right? You can connect me on LinkedIn. I am nowadays little busy with my work, so my response will be slow. But if you want, I can help you the way you're looking for. Like I can type, right, Gayatri, my LinkedIn page. I can give.
Yes, ma'am. You can share it in the chat, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. So guys, if you wanted to connect, you can connect me in a way, any way. If I have helped you, I think I feel good, and it was great session, guys. Gonna connect with you. So feel free to ask any question, any help you need. Okay, and if you going to ask referral to me, please be prepared before sending a referral or something, because I'm getting so many messages today to get referral. So before referral, just be prepared from your side as well. And if I feel you are good enough, then I will refer you also. Okay, but nowadays I'm a bit busy, so my response will be slow if you guys going to ping me. So be in mind, be keep this in mind, in your mind. Okay, anything, any questions, then you can drop. Okay,
Any other questions, guys?
last question. Any last question?
Ma'am, do you think the research paper plays an important role in our career?
So that will comes under MTech section, right? Because there we used to publish the papers, correct? Are you MTech guy?
No, ma'am. Even in BTech in our college, it is compulsory for us to produce at
Oh,
least one research paper, ma'am.
okay. So conference paper also fine, or you guys have a,
No,
you know,
ma'am.
the
Anything is fine, ma'am.
anything is fine, huh? Okay,
Yes.
okay. So I think then you can go ahead for conference paper, no? See, why you are taking so much headache? You need to prepare other things also, right? So just go for conference paper. See, my what I've done in the MTech project, right? That is a conference paper for IEEE conference paper. You can go ahead and you can give the conference also, and there also you get to link with the people and build your network also, right? So I would say research doesn't matter much. See, at the end, what their agenda is, they can teach you. Okay, they can ramp up you once you join as a fresher, but before joining you should have a basic knowledge. You should be the master of the basic knowledge, then advanced they'll teach you. Okay, once you in the industry, you will automatically learn. So research paper is okay. Don't focus too much on research paper, I would say. It's waste of time. Okay.
Ma'am, can I
Yeah, ma'am.
ask another question?
Yeah, tell me. So I have 1 minute only,
Ma'am,
okay? So yeah, tell me. Yeah, tell me.
is gap between BTech and MTech will be matters, ma'am? Like if we do a job after BTech and after 2-3 years we can do MTech, then
Hmm.
how it will affect, ma'am, for job?
Okay, but after in between 2 3 years, what you were doing, that matters.
Any other job? Uh, and we want to get into VLSI by doing MTech after 2-3 years job, then how
Hmm.
it will affect?
Okay, so see, two 2 years is fine, not more than that. But if you have some uh, good what you say, uh, how should I, good explanation what you have done between this 2 to 3 year, then it is okay. But I would say don't take too much gap in between BTech and MTech. 2 year is maximum you can take it. Beyond 2 year, don't do this. They will think like what you have done in between 2 to 3 years, and after 2 to 3 years, if you are not in a very good college for in the MTech, then they'll think, okay, you have wasted your 3 years for just, and then you are doing a MTech. So I would say beyond 2 year, don't go if you are not doing anything in between. But if you are having job or something, then it is fine. Okay, so 2 year max you go, otherwise don't take break. Okay.
Fine, ma'am. Thank you so much for your valuable time, ma'am. We didn't expect this much
Yeah.
time it will be taking. So sorry for that interruptions.
Uh,
It's a great knowledge for us also, ma'am. Thank you so much for your time.
thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
On behalf of IEEE EDS team and students, I'd like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to our today's guest lecturer, Ms. Shilpi Gupta. Thank you so much, ma'am. The session was
Thanks.
very
Yeah.
interactive, and I'm also grateful for guiding us in choosing the right career path. And sincere thanks to all the and the team members and the students who handled the events throughout. Finally, I would like to thank all of you attenders here for making the time to be with us today and helping us make this event a grand success. Participation certificates will be mailed to everyone. Please fill the feedback form floated in the chat. Make sure you fill the form with the right details, guys. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. Thank you, ma'am.